I am the same Swamiji. Don't think that some other Swamiji. It looks like some other Swamiji has come. It's not.
We read our minds also.
Huh?
You are able to read our minds also.
Yeah. So it looks like some people say, oh, some other Swamiji. Same Swami has come. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guruparamparam Shruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Satchidananda Rupaya Vishvotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namah. So we are seeing one more Guru, 17th Guru, Pingala, a prostitute. And this name Pingala also is very good. Ping means yellow. La means receives. One who receives yellow, which represents gold first. So one who receives gold, wealth from different people in exchange of her body, that is Pingala. That is what she was. Then afterwards she is adopting Bhagavan as his savior. Then Pingala will have different meaning. Pingam, Pitambaram, Krishnam, Lati. Iti Pingala. So one who adopts Krishna as his savior, as her savior, is Pingala. So this is the beauty of Sanskrit language. One and the same word can be interpreted in two different ways, not two, so many different ways, and giving different meaning. So the first meaning is giving the idea of what she was earlier, Pingala, receiving gold, wealth, and afterwards what she becomes, as we saw yesterday, that this Pingala gets Vairagyam and she decides, now onwards I will not depend upon these people, I will lead my life resorting to Bhagavan. This she decides that. Viharami Ramanena Vai Atmana. With the self, with the Atma, with Ishvara, who is myself, I will live with that. I will remain with that Ishvara. So she adopted Bhagavan Sri Krishna as his companion, as his savior, as her savior. Therefore she is Pingala. This is the beauty of Sanskrit language. Okay. Now, yesterday we saw the story that this woman was waiting for the customer, did not come till midnight, and then she got nirvedaha, disillusionment. That what is this I am running after? And then she decided that now onwards I will be resorting to Bhagavan. and then she went inside and slept well. All these things are seen by Dattatreya. And he makes a note. As long as she was having the expectations from the world, she was restless. When she became free from the expectations from the world, she was quiet and she could rest. So if you want real rest in your life, do not expect the world to make you happy. Otherwise, what happens that we keep on counting. We always keep account. See, I did this much to him to make him happy, and now for me, he is not doing anything. I remember his birthday, but Swamiji, he doesn't remember my birthday. This is a common complaint. Nowadays, it is a little bit less because people have all reminders. So, if you really want to have restful mind, happiness, then do not expect the world to make you happy. And that is the message given. So we have seen that she was waiting, did not come, and she got vairagyam. Nirvedaha paramaha jagne. The disillusionment, this dispassion was born, which lead to chinta hetu, which lead to a particular type of thinking. What type of thinking she had? Which is sukhavaha, which brings happiness. That is given in the 35th shloka. We will read again. We can read together. Santam samipe ramanam ratipradam vittapradam nityamimam vihaya akamadam dukkha bhayadhishoka mohapradam tuchhamaham bhajegna. This akamadam dukkha bhaya, di is there. Another reading is there, dhi. Dukkha maya dhi. That is a better reading. Both readings are there, but adhi will be better. I will explain what it is. So now she is telling, Ramanam santam samipe vihaya. Vihaya means what a mistake I have done. Vihaya means given up, ignored. Whom? Ramanam, the Lord, who is really loving me, who really loves me. Ramayati iti Ramanam, Ramanaha. One who really loves is called Ramana. So, having ignored the Lord, who is my real lover, means who really loves me. And also it is not that he was very far off, so therefore I could not see him and therefore I could not pay attention. That was not the case. Samipe santam. Santam is present. He is present very close by. So I ignored the Lord, Ramanam, who really loves me and who is always present nearby, close by. He is there in the heart. Nobody can be closer than that. So one who remains in my heart. Ishvaras sarva bhutanam hriddesher juna tishtati. Bhagavan says in the Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, Bhagavan stays in the heart of everyone. Bas gardan jukana hai. Just you have to bend your neck and you can appreciate. It is a figurative expression. If you bend down, it's not that everything you can see the Lord. It is to be recognized in the heart. So Bhagavan is very much close by, present very close by, and Ratipradam, giver of happiness. Because he is Ananda Swarupa. And therefore when I am in touch with, I am in mental association with him, I get happiness, therefore Ratipradam. Such Lord Vihaya, having ignored, Vittapradam, he alone gives wealth. When a person is devoted to the Lord, Bhagavan takes care of his financial need as well. Financial need, not want. Financial need will be taken care of. Financial all wants, you want a luxurious bungalow in Switzerland, perhaps may not be given. But you may be given some anaikatti, some small one bedroom flat or one bedroom house, which is necessary, useful for you. So, Vitta Pradam, he gives. And Nityam, all other people, they are temporary. Whereas Bhagavan is what? Nityam. Imam means this, who is very, very proximate, who is aparokshataya, who is available as I am. So, Imam, this one who is very proximate, who is available aparokshataya. Aparokshataya means immediately. So, this type of Paramatma, Ishwaram Vihaya. So, that I ignored. And what? What I bhaje, whom did I serve or they give value to? Akamadam dukkha bhayadi shoka moha pradam tucham. So I gave value, bhaje means, literally bhaje means worship, give value, adore, attend to. So I attend to such person, these other people who are insignificant compared to Bhagavan, tucham. What wealth they have? Compared to Bhagavan's wealth, they have nothing. Tucham. Akamadam, who really does not give me what I am seeking. Kama means that which is desired. Kamadam means one who gives what is desired. Akamadam means not giving what is desired. So all these people after whom I was running, none of them can give me what is desired by me, really desired by me. What I desire, everybody desires fulfillment in life, complete satisfaction. Nobody gives. Instead of happiness, what do they give? Dukkha, pain, bhaya, fear. All the time threatening that if you do like this, I will go away. If you do like this, man will say, if you do like this, I will go to Rishikesh. And lady will say, if you do like this, I will go to my father's house. So all the time bhaya, threatening, bhaya. And adhi. Adhi means anxiety. They give anxiety to us. What will happen? So all relative, all people whom we are running after, they give some anxiety. What will happen to them? What will happen? Whether he or she will be brainwashed by somebody. So anxiety. What will happen to? Will he remain forever with me, or will she remain? Adhi. Adhi means anxiety. You might have heard these two words, Adhi and Vyadhi. Adi is called mental discomfort and Vyadhi is physical discomfort. In Yoga Ashram they explain this, that Adi, mental discomfort alone becomes Vyadhi. Adi not handled becomes Vyadhi. So this, all people give me what? Adi. So people say that because of you I got sugar problem, because of you I got BP. Adi. Adi and Vyadhi both. And Shoka, sorrow. Pain means physical, whereas Shoka means this mental sorrow. Moha, infatuation, delusion. So all these things are given by people. They do not give what I am seeking in my life. Instead of that, they give me all this dukkha, shoka, moha, etc. And such person, even though they are like this, aham bhaje, I attend to them. Why? Ajna. I was ignorant. I was a fool. One has to admit one's mistake. That I was ajna, I was ignorant, and therefore I was running after someone who cannot give me what I am seeking. And I ignored Paramatma who can give me what I am seeking. In Hindi there is a nice bhajan, he says, कांच के टुकड़े बहुत संभाले, लाल रतन ही छोड़ दिया. Means all glass pieces you kept very carefully, and very precious gem you had that you threw away. So many times things which are very, very precious we ignore, and things which are not really valuable, not going to give what we are seeking, those things we run after. And this is what I did. So Pingala is acknowledging her mistake, that I ignored Ishvara who can give me real happiness, and I ran after those people who cannot give me happiness, in fact those who give me unhappiness, those who can be the source of shloka for me. So I ran after them. So what a fool I am. It's a very good enlightenment. So one has to be enlightened first about one's mistake. If that is not happening, you will not correct the mistake. In life, if somebody does not see and admit the mistake, then that person is very unlikely to correct the mistake. That is why sometimes, I tell person, are you seeing it as a mistake? Sometimes they say, no, I don't see it as a mistake. If they don't see something as a mistake when it is really a mistake, very unlikely that they will correct the mistake. So to correct the mistake, first of all you have to see it as a mistake. Because of our ego, we don't admit our mistake. And that becomes a big obstacle in pursuit of moksha. Your ego will become an obstacle, because moksha is letting go of this individuality and owning up oneself to be limitless. As long as you are holding on to limited, you cannot own up limitless. It is something like to wear new shirt or new coat, you have to remove the old one. And so here you have to let go of your individuality, then only you can own up limitless. And for that you need to learn, wherever mistake is there, admit. If you have not done mistake and you are not seeing it as a mistake, you need not admit. Some people say sorry for everything. That is not required. If you have not done something wrong in your perception, you are not convinced, you need not say. But you have done, and if you have analyzed and you see that there was a mistake, admit it. So she admits the mistake. Alright. So from this shloka, what do we learn? Pingala is admitting the fact that she ignored Ishvara, who is real source of happiness, and she ran after those people who cannot give happiness. Okay. So Anvaya here. Samipe santam brahmanam ratipradam vittapradam nityam imam paramatmanam, we have to supply, vihaya akamadam dukkha bhayadhi shoka moha pradam tucham agna aham bhaje. Alright. Now, she is telling that whatever happened, happened. But now I think I am blessed by the Lord. Some good karma is getting fructified, because of which I have got vairagyam, I have got disillusionment. Sometimes painful situation is necessary to get out of this illusion. Many times we are so attached to someone or something, we will not be able to see the limitation of that person or limitation of that situation. So Bhagavan gives us little shock treatment. In psychiatry they give, if a person normal tablets doesn't work, then what? Little bit shock is given. very high 12 volt or something, very low volt, the shock is given. Required. Because the normal, I sometimes tell people, see, some people, for small, the dosage of medicine, their disease doesn't go away. So they require what? 50 mg doesn't work, then 100 mg, then 200 mg. And so sometimes some people, human dosage is not workable. So we have to give veterinary dosage we have to give. So little high dosage is required. So Bhagavan gives that. So the shock treatment is sometimes required. So she is seeing it as a blessing. Thank God today this type of disappointment happened, therefore I have got disillusionment. And this cannot happen without some punya karma. I might have done some punya karma. So she is appreciating her fortune in this situation. So she says, Nunam me Bhagavan Pritaha Vishnu kenapi karmana Nirvedoyam durashayaha Yanme jatas sukhavah. Nunam me Bhagavan Pritaha Vishnu kena api karmana Nirvedaha ayam durashayaha yat me jataha sukha. So she says, Nunam, indeed, Bhagavan Vishnu me pritaha. Bhagavan Vishnu is very pleased for me. Bhagavan Vishnu is very happy, pleased with me. And Bhagavan doesn't become pleased just like that, that Bhagavan one opens and he says, this fellow looks very good. It's not like that. It is based on karma. So this particular principle we need to understand. That Bhagavan showers his grace based on what? Based on our karma. So people think like this, that Swamiji Bhagavan is very angry with me because he keeps sending trouble to me, and I think my brother Bhagavan is very happy because Bhagavan is sending all good things to him. So we think that Bhagavan is like our uncle. So an uncle will have somebody favorite and somebody a non-favorite. So that type of thinking is there, that Bhagavan is angry with me. Today I did not do this Vishnu Sahasranama, therefore Bhagavan will be angry with me. Today I did not do parikrama, only one parikrama Swamiji I do. Every day 3 I do, today only 1 I did. So I think Bhagavan is very unhappy with me. So what happens that we have likes and dislikes, and that we superimpose upon Ishvara. Remember, Ishvara's grace is based on your karma. Your punyam and papam is gracefully called grace of Ishvara. So grace is a graceful expression for our punyam and papam. So don't think that Bhagavan, people think that I will bribe Bhagavan, I will butter Bhagavan, so Bhagavan will grace. Yeah, you do some stuti, etc., it will have result. But don't think that you are influencing Bhagavan. Like some people know that I will go to him and I will just butter him and so I will get things done. Don't think Bhagavan will be buttered by you. He is the embodiment of butter, so he doesn't require any butter. So, grace of Ishvara means our punyam is getting fructified. Then people will say, Swami, then why do we call it Bhagavan's grace? It is my karma, my punyam alone, I am getting the result. Why should I call it as a grace? For that our answer is that I have done punyam, but this punya will give the result based on the laws of Ishvara. So laws of Ishvara is responsible for me to get the result of my punyam, and therefore I call it Ishvara's grace. Moreover, Ishvara provides an altar to worship, and therefore we thank Bhagavan. We are grateful to the Lord that Ishvara, you have provided an altar so that I can worship you, by that I can earn grace and I will get the positive result. Generally, I give this example. In Shastra, they talk about the greatness, significance of Guru Seva. That if you do Guru Seva, this happens, this happens, this happens, this so many results are talked about. Now, you can do Guru Seva when Guru allows you to do Seva. Isn't it? You cannot do Guru Seva without Guru allowing you to do Seva. Therefore, if Guru allows you to do Seva, suppose, okay, you can wash his clothes, or you can perhaps, if he has got some pain in the feet, you can massage his feet. But that you can do it when he or she allows you. Sometimes people massage, it may be painful for the Guru. So still he allows. Still he allows. So we thank Guru. So we thank Guru for what? Allowing us to do Seva so that I can get the result of Guru Seva. So do we thank Guru or not? At least an intelligent person will say, yeah, thank you, thank Guruji that you allow us to do Seva so that I can do Guru Seva and get the result. Similarly, Bhagavan becomes an altar of our worship so that we can worship, so that we can get punyam, and so that we can get the favorable result of punyam. Therefore also we call the punyam, the result of punyam, as the grace of Ishvara. And also it serves one important purpose. Why we are calling the result of our punyam as grace? One more reason is there. The reason is, if we call the result of our punyam as grace, then we will remain humble. Otherwise what? See, my punyam is fructified. I got this. My punyam. Then you will have arrogance. And you will, in fact, you will tell others, see, you don't have punyam, therefore you are suffering. See me, all punyam, enjoying. You will give complex to other people. Therefore, in our tradition, whatever positive, favorable situation we receive, we call it was grace of Ishvara, grace of Guru, so that we will maintain our humility. And thus, here Pingala says, Kenapi karmana bhagavan pritaha. Kenapi means by some action which is punya karma, this noble activity, by that Bhagavan is pleased. And therefore what? Why do I say that Bhagavan is pleased with me because of some punya? Yat, because me ayam nirvedaha jataha. For me, this vairagyam, dispassion, disillusionment, jataha is born, which is sukha-vahaha, which is bringing happiness. Vairagyam has got its own happiness. Samsara, the person who is materialistic, he or she thinks that there is happiness only in enjoyment of the objects. But the mature people see that there is happiness even in vairagyam from these objects. I generally give this example. You are addicted to coffee, suppose. Morning, afternoon, evening, you have to have coffee. If coffee is not there, you feel so miserable. And somehow you went to some yoga ashram and they say you can get here this treatment only if you are ready to give up coffee. And you are so much value to be in that ashram. And then slowly you get rid of this addiction to coffee. Then this itself, the thought itself will give happiness. Wow, I can manage without coffee. So some person is, you see afterwards that the person is so helpless, and you see that, this I don't need this. So the very thought that I am free from the dependence upon the object, a particular object, gives happiness. Socrates used to go to the market, and people say, you don't buy anything, why are you going to market and seeing different things? Window shopping. He said, I am going to the market to see what all things I do not need. What all things I don't need, what all things I can manage without. I am managing without. That itself gives joy. So earlier when I was having this regular hair and all, I used to have a comb. Now I don't require. That's good. Freedom. Otherwise comb is stolen and all this, not required. So I am having this vairagyam, which is sukhavaha. Sukham avahati iti sukhavaha. So this vairagyam is born. Vairagyam from what? Durashayaha. From this false expectation. So from false expectation, vairagyam is born. And that is the sign of Bhagavan being happy with me because of my some karma. This is a very big sign of maturity, where you can see vairagyam as the grace of Ishvara. Some disillusionment happen, instead of blaming the person, blaming these people around, I thank Bhagavan. Thank God, I am disillusioned. Somebody ditched you, thank Bhagavan. Because I was in false world, that this person is everything more for me, I am everything for that person, this person will ever be with me, he will never go away from me. All these things I was having false notion. Thank God he did this. Disillusionment is a blessing of Ishvara. Even though it may be momentarily painful, but it is sukhavaha. Finally it will make you free from all dependence or bondage. So here Pingala is telling, I feel very blessed by Vishnu because I got vairagyam. The more dispassion you get in life, more blessed you should take yourself to be. People generally think that when I get things, I am blessed by Ishvara. That also is blessing. But bigger blessing is you get vairagyam for these things. Getting things is one form of blessing, but getting vairagyam for those things is a greater blessing. And she says, I am very blessed. Bhagavan is very blessed with me. Because of some karma, this blessing I have received. And here commentator says that, what is that karma she might have done? Because she was having this type of what is called occupation, then what good karma she might have done? So the commentator writes that when Dattatreya, because Dattatreya is observing, this means Dattatreya was there. So when he reached there, she must have cleaned her place. When she must have gone out, or he must have gone out or somewhere, and that time where Dattatreya was staying nearby, so she must have cleaned the place, she must have made it tidy. And that karma fructified, immediately fructified. Sometimes good karma immediately get fructified. And because of that, vairagyam happens. Vairagyam is the blessing of some good karma in the form of serving the Mahatmas. Therefore, we serve Mahatma whenever the opportunity arises. Alright. So here, the message given is that vairagyam is a blessing of Ishvara. Anvaya, Nunam, Bhagavan Vishnu, केनापि कर्मणा मे प्रीतः यत् मे अयं सुखावहः दुराशायाः निर्वेदः जातः. Ayam means this disillusionment has jataha means is born. Now, Dattatreya, after seeing this, that she got vairagyam, in fact she decides that now onwards, yes, I will be living the life of devotion to Bhagavan. I will not depend upon all this. And with that nirveda, disillusionment, she got restful, she became relaxed and went inside and slept. So this outside he must be seeing. And after seeing this whole thing, Dattatreya gives his conclusion. What is the conclusion? Asha hi paramam dukkham Nairashyam paramam sukham Yatha sanchidya kantasham Sukham shushvapa pingala. Asha hi paramam dukkham nairashyam paramam sukham yatha sanchidya kantasham sukham shushvapa pingala. So he says asha. Asha means expectation. He indeed paramam dukkham is great means for misery. Here dukkham is dukkha sadhanam. Expectation is the means, the cause for great dukkha. Nairashyam, being free from expectations, is the highest sukham, means for happiness, cause for happiness. So when you are expecting the world to make you happy, then dukkham. Because you are so much dependent. When you are dependent upon someone to be happy, then you have to be always watchful. What is his mood? Whether smiling or not smiling. All the time looking. How he is. All the time you have to measure the mood. You have to keep on judging whether this person is happy with me, will continue to make me happy or not. Dependence, anxiety, dukkham. And nairashyam, I do not expect anyone to make me happy. I am happy by myself, or I am happy because of my association with the Lord, my appreciation of my connection with the Lord. That is my source of happiness. Then paramam sukham. I don't depend upon any external one. I depend upon either Ishvara to begin with, and later on myself, which is the true nature of Ishvara. So paramam sukham, then you are happy. People come, you welcome. People go away, you say tata, bye bye. They say you have to say bye bye to so many people before you discover real happiness. We are not ready to say bye bye, tata. We say, come, don't go. Many people know they like guests so much, very rarely, but especially children, they like the guests. So they will be anxious when they will go away, So child is very anxious that this guest should not go. And because of that, in the first day itself, child will ask, when will you go? So that guest will feel, my God, this I think their parents must have taught to ask this question. Because they cannot ask to the child, they are asking. Actually, it is not so. Child wants the guest to stay. So, and we also, some guests, means some people in our life, we want them to stay. we want them to continue in our life, being associated with our life, then there is so much dependence. Instead of that, I learn to first depend upon Ishvara, Bhakti. More devotion you have, less dependent you will be on the world. Because now your happiness is there in association with the Lord. And therefore you don't need anyone. And finally you discover, I am the Ananda Swarupaha. Then there is Paramanandaha. Then the great fulfillment. So that is here said, Ashahi paramam dukkham nairashyam paramam sukham. But here we have to make one note. Swamiji, does it mean that I can't expect my spouse to be loyal to me, considerate to me, understanding to me? Shouldn't I expect that is minimum, Swamiji? Yes. Or at least, Swamiji, Asha will be there or not. See, when you are coming here for the class 9 o'clock, do you have some Asha that Swamiji will come? You have Asha or not? I also have Asha that some you will come. Otherwise, I will also not come. So, Swamiji, without Asha, expectation, we cannot lead our life. This question can be raised. Without expectation, how can we lead our life? Even I am doing job, serving in the company or government, do you expect salary or not? Expect salary. If Swamiji, without expecting salary, how can I work? So, Swamiji, without Asha, all this is too much impractical Vedanta. These people will raise this question. It is a genuine question. We don't ignore that question. One good thing in Vedanta is that we don't reject any question. We don't reject. You have questions, valid question, we answer. What is the answer? Yes, you can have reasonable expectations of certain happening. As I told you that when I start from the place I am staying, I would have expectation that you would have come to listen. And you, when you start from your room or dining hall, wherever you started from, you will have expectations. What? Swamiji will come for the class. That type of expectation is not bondage. But where bondage comes? If Swamiji, because of some reason, did not come or came late, 10 minutes late, feel so disturbed. Our time is wasted. Or somebody here, he came late, I feel disturbed. I depend upon that person to behave in a particular manner so that I can be happy. That type of expectation is binding. To expect reasonable behavior based on our understanding. We both of us have understanding. We have given you a schedule. So both of us have got understanding for 4 days that you will come for the class, and your expectation Swamiji will come for the class. That is not an issue. But if Swamiji doesn't come, I become unhappy. That type of expectation. Expectation of becoming happy by particular behavior of others. That is binding. That is dukkha sadhana. You expect your spouse to be smiling, understanding, that is nothing wrong. But today he is not in good mood, therefore not smiling. He is not smiling, therefore I lost my smile. That is binding. I expect my husband to be, or wife to be always smiling. If he or she does not smile, I become unhappy. That type of expectation is binding. So, expectation of particular behavior for my happiness to become happy, that type of expectation is dukkha sadhana. Otherwise, you have got reasonable expectations. Based on that only transaction can happen. When you came, you had expectation that ashram will provide food. Otherwise, you would have brought rice, dal, and etc. and asked guests, small guests, what is called bottle also. You knew that. In fact, many people bring all linens, their bedsheet and all this. They ask that whether you will provide or not, mattress and all. So thank God you don't have that, so we provide that. So you had expectation. But if it was not of the quality you wanted and therefore you become disturbed, that type of expectation is binding. So let us understand well, expectation per se is not binding. But expectation of particular behavior, deciding my happiness or unhappiness, that is binding. If your expectations are not fulfilled, still you are understanding, your happiness is not disturbed, then that expectation is okay. Non-binding expectation should be there. Non-binding means what? If fulfilled, fine. Not fulfilled, also fine. That type of expectation is there, no problem. That type of expectation needs to be there for any transaction. Otherwise, every time we will be anxious. We will be waiting when the lunch bell will ring. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, You expect it to ring around 12:45. But one day it becomes 12:50, you become very disturbed. That is something wrong. Alright. So here it is said, Ashahi paramam dukkham, nairashyam paramam sukham. Who says? Dattatreya. Based on the Pingala event, he is deriving the conclusion. This is the lesson from Pingala, that expecting others to make you happy is the cause for dukkha, and being free from such expectation is the means to be happy. That is the lesson he learned. And he said, for that, what is the example? Yatha. Just as Pingala kantasham sanchidya. Sanchidya means having destroyed, having removed kantasham, the desire for worldly lovers. Sukham sushvapa, happily she slept. So she slept happily, having given up the asha from the worldly people that they will come and they will give money and then she will be alright. So that type of asha she gave up and then she slept happily. So one can be free from this anxiety when one reduces such binding expectations. Expectation is okay, but expectation with insistence, that is a problem. I expect you to come, but I don't insist you to come. If Kantasha means desire for the worldly lover, the client. Kantasham sanchidya, having given up that desire, she became happy. Alright. So this is the lesson from Pingala. So what a greatness of Dattatreya. Even from Pingala, who is generally considered to be a lower part of the society or looked down upon part of the society by some people, she also can become source of knowledge. So if you have mind to learn, you can learn from almost everything. And that's why he learned from Pingala. Alright. Now, 17th Guru is completed. Now the next one. Okay, this Anvaya. Ashahi paramam dukkham, nairashyam paramam sukham. Yatha Kantasham sanchidya Pingala sukham shushvapa. Alright, now the next Guru. Next Guru is Kurara. Kurara means a particular type of bird, osprey. The fish eating hawk. That bird which eats the meat, etc., that type of bird is called here Kurara. So from that also, this Dattatreya is deriving some lesson. What is that? Parigraho hi dukkhaya yadyat priyatamam nrunam anantam sukhamapnoti tadvidvanyasva kinchanaha. Tadvidvanyasva kinchana. Maybe kinchana, it should be. There should be visarga, akinchanaha, it should be. Okay, last part we will read again. Tadvidvanyasva kinchanaha. Yes. Parigraha hi dukkhaya. Yadyat priyatamam nrunam. Anantam sukham apnoti. Tadvidvan yaha tu akinchanaha. So, this idea was presented with regard to food here in general. Parigraha, he indeed, parigraha means accumulation. Dukkhaya is the cause for misery. And parigraha of what? Yadyat priyatamam drunam. Drunam means for people. Yadyat priyatamam, whatever is very dear. Accumulation of those things which are very dear to people. Means if something is very dear to you and you accumulate them, then it becomes the means for dukkha. Why? Because you will be concerned about it. If something which you do not have any value and it is somehow lying in your house, it doesn't matter. But something is very dear to you, like sweet. And morning breakfast, some sweet was given, you put it in one katori, one bowl. Then lunch also was something given, another katori. And sometimes the dinner also something they gave, some other item, dhokla or something they gave. And then you have collected. And that day you ate so much that you cannot eat. So what you have to do? You have to collect. And then the collection and accumulation in the room is a big project. So you put a plate and this and that. Then what happens? And when you are doing japa also, some sound comes, you will look at that. What happened to that? Has some rat come or something? Yesterday we were, day before we were seeing. So this is how dukkhaya. Not only that, in olden days people used to keep money underground. And therefore, if something happens, somebody is looking there and try to dig around or something, immediately you get a doubt. Priyatamam, so very dear to us. So any collection of the things which are valuable to you will lead to anxiety and dukkha. And a person, tad vidvan, one who knows this. Tad means what? Parigrahasya dukkha hetutva vidvan. One who is knowing that accumulation leads to dukkha, that person, akinchanaha, being free from possession, anantam sukham apnoti, attains limitless happiness, unlimited happiness. Means what? He has understood that parigraha is not necessary, in fact it causes so much trouble. And knowing fully well, akinchanaha, akinchana means free from possession. Here commentator writes nicely, tyakta parigraha natu daridraha. Means what? This person has renounced the possession. Not that he did not have possession, he is missing. That akinchana will not get happiness. So somebody who is free from possession, two possibilities are there. That person tried and could not have it. That person also will not have anything. Person did not get any job, any business, nothing, and therefore he doesn't have anything. So he also is called akinchana. possession free. Other one is he had so much and out of maturity he renounces. Right? That person also is akinchana. But there is a lot of difference. The first one who wanted to have struggle but could not have, that person will not have sukham. Because his possession freeness is not coming out of maturity, it is coming out of what? Helplessness, weakness. Whereas this person had possession and gave up. Or he had capacity but he did not go for it. He had this job, everything, he says, I am not interested. That type of akinchana, sukham apnoti. Therefore in life this is very useful to know that being free from possession should come out of maturity and not helplessness. Somebody said, Swamiji, I am a brahmachari. Why? Nobody gave me a daughter. That type of brahmachari will not bless the person so much. A person had capacity to get married and still he did not get married out of maturity, not having the need for it, that person will get real benefit. That is why sometimes we suggest people to work, to do something and get some experience and outgrow. Everybody it is not required. Some people don't do job and still they can have maturity. So those who did not do the job, did not do business, need not have complex. But sometimes if you have that feeling that I could not do anything, I could not achieve anything and therefore I have become sannyasi, then better work. It is necessary. But you say, no, I am capable of it, but I don't need it and therefore I don't do it. Then that maturity will bless the person. Therefore, this tyaga or this possession freeness should not come out of helplessness. It should come out of maturity. Then only it is vairagya. Otherwise it is what is called deprivation. Person is deprived, not renunciation. There is a difference though. Deprivation and renunciation. You are deprived of something. You wanted to have but you are deprived. That is one condition. You renounced it. You had capacity to have it, still you did not go for it. That is called deprivation. That is called renunciation. It is like starving and fasting. In both, you don't eat. In fasting also you don't eat and starving also you don't eat. But there is a difference. You wanted to eat, you did not get food, then it is called starving. And you had food, but still you did not eat, it is called fasting. And so here, this akinchanaha refers to that freedom from possession out of vairagyam, out of dispassion. So such a person who doesn't have any possession out of maturity, that person sukham apnoti. There is a beautiful shloka in Mahabharata which says, whatever kama sukham, whatever this happiness is there in enjoying the objects, or whatever happiness there in heavenly objects, all of them are not even 1/16th of the happiness born of vairagyam. Trushna kshaya sukhasya ete kalam narhanti shodashim. So the vairagya based happiness is much greater than raga based happiness, raga purti based happiness. Happiness born of fulfillment of raga is very, very little compared to the happiness born of vairagyam. So that is said here, parigraha. And this lesson is learnt by Dattatreya from a bird. And that explanation will be given in the next shloka. So here, Anvaya. Nrunam yadyat priyatamam. We have to supply tasya parigraha dukkhaya hi bhavati. Tadvidvan akinchanaha tu. Tu means on the other hand. Tadvidvan akinchanaha tu anantam sukham apnoti. Okay. More we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurupyo Namaha.